I don't know if you're aware of like even like the artificial intelligence things that are coming
Just
out.
messed with it for the first time in
You
a
did?
report.
I did as well.
Yeah.
I did as well. And it's actually very interesting.
Oh, it's good.
I can see the downsides of it, but also too, I can see a way to get some of my time back. You know, how do you feel about things like the ChatGPT, OpenAI? Do you feel like it's going to be something that can help you in your business?
I think it's probably going to put me out of business.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think your position, me personally, I think your position, because this AI can't go out to the property.
No.
At that point, now I can see how. No, I mean not even that. Unless they put
you really
legs
don't
on
think
this
you can
thing.
have a drone set to have an appointment at 6 o'clock to come through the house?
No, I don't.
I'm
then at
not
the end of
that
it, you're
far
still
yet.
gonna have to. There's still gonna have to be somebody that can
Smell the house is
They
what
can
I call
smell
it.
the house, exactly. That can come in and get a really good feel for what they're seeing. I mean, because I could see. I mean, if a drone is flying through, oh yeah, I can trick this drone. You know, I can put up something for right now. You know, and I won't have to worry about anything showing up subject to you know any repairs, anything. So I personally think you know a job like or a position like yours will still be critical. You know, at the end of the day, because you just can't. Unless this thing grows legs. Unless OpenAI, ChatGPT, unless it grows legs, I don't see those kind of things happening. But they do have a ton of different uses for AI.
What I'm kind of thinking may happen, at least in my working time, and I have no plans of retiring. That's a whole other conversation. But I have no plans of completely retiring.
Sure. You're gonna be like Mr. Thiemann around here. It seems
maybe.
It seems like he's been going for a long time now,
has.
from the stories that I've heard.
He has.
And every time I hear he's retiring,
Is that
still
right?
going. He's still going.
I think we may end up doing essentially what you're saying, going to the house, taking photos, taking notes, maybe even drawing the house. I don't know. At some period of time, there's already software that you can walk into a place.
Right.
Which we're not allowed to use. They jumped on that pretty quick.
Oh, really?
Said,
How would they know?
You have to do a thing called the ANSI standard, which is the way I was trained to measure houses.
Sure.
But I came into this thinking that was the way you were supposed to. That was by law the way you did it. Well, come to find out that wasn't the way that you're required to do it, but it is now.
Wow.
To get ahead of that.
Sure.
Is my interpretation of what they're trying to do. Is they're trying to get ahead of that. But I think that we will probably still, boots on the ground, show up at the property. But is that worth to the lender or to anybody else what it's worth today? And, you know, I'm not out to hide anything. My base fee is $500.
Sure.
Are you going to pay me $500 to show up and take some pictures of a house? No.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Because there's a lot riding.
I hope you're right.
I hope
I ride
so
this
too. We'll
baby
see.
out.
You know, and what's great is we got this recorded. We'll be able to come back to this in 10 or 12 years. Because I mean that technology is, I mean, it's going to boom so quickly.
I had a difference, and you've run into this. I had a difference between the county, my measurements, and the blueprints. I had access to all three of them. Guess what? All three of them were different.
What?
That's very, very common. And so I had to write this. You know, the underwriter wanted an explanation of why this was.
Right.
And I sat there and worked on it or thought about this thing, how to, you know, you're kind of putting it together in your mind. And I thought, I'm going to try it. I'm going to see what happens. So I put a prompt in ChatGPT, and sure enough, I mean, I'm just sitting there watching it go.
Yep.
I changed one word. They were looking at it from a transaction standpoint.
Sure.
So they were it was using the term they. It was using the term buyers and sellers, and I changed it to interested parties, because it's not always in my situation. It's not always a buyer and a seller. That was the only thing I changed. Other than that, it was spot on.
I mean, I took my blog from a year before, so we're changing websites, and I took my blog from the year before, and I added in, I said, hey, is there a way to make this more clear? Cleaned it right up. I was like, man, I wish I could just talk like this normally, and so I didn't feel bad because it was like, okay, I did write it. It changed some things, to make it sound more clear. And I don't know, part of me wants to like have some kind of integrity to know like, oh yeah, I at least tried. It's not like, hey, give me an article. Some people are just saying, hey, give me an article on such.
Sure.
I'm just like, whoa, that's, I mean, I don't know that
the style of William Blake,
in
please.
the style, right? Exactly. And I actually, I can't even remember the topic, what it was, but I said, hey, can you explain maybe homestead exemptions and make it sound like William Shakespeare? It just went through that. I was like, I can't believe this.
I know.
It sounds like some writings from William Shakespeare.
I know.
And it's all amazing, and it's kind of scary at the same time. It's
fascinating
like, man,
and frightening.
Fascinating and frightening, because it's coming and you can see the potential of things spiraling so quickly, moving so quickly. Technology, they're already stacking technology up on this base. Technology
that's available to the consumer.
It's
already advanced beyond that they haven't made available to the consumer yet.
Exactly. This is the free version.
They're
sliding you the free version. Work out the kinks. Give us a feedback back so that you can so we can charge you for it in a little while. And it's going to become an integral part of life.